Hi, this is Todd, and welcome to another edition of Screencasts Online. This week we will look at a productivity application that is critical to my workflow called Hazel by Noodlesoft. Hazel is one of those applications that is so important to my own workflow that it is one of the first things I install on all of my Macs. Now, we've covered Hazel in the past, but since it's been quite a while and Hazel has gone through a number of updates, we felt it was a good time to take another look at all of the things that Hazel can do for you and your Mac. Now, Hazel can handle many things that you may be doing manually on your Mac, or maybe you never got around to doing in the first place. Take a look at your desktop. Is it difficult to see the desktop because there's files all over it? Or look in your Downloads folder and see how many files are sitting in there. Now, you could go through and clear them out manually, which takes a lot of time, which is probably why they're still there in the first place, or you could let Hazel do the cleanup for you. Hazel can do other things as well, like naming files and then filing them for you automatically. And Hazel can also keep an eye on folders that you designate and run scripts on those files or execute a series of actions that would take you a while to do manually. With all of its built-in file and folder automation, Hazel can be an invaluable part of how you use your Mac. We are going to begin our look at Hazel with the basics for those who have never used the application, and then move to some more advanced things that you can have Hazel do for you without having to touch your Mac. So let's get started by taking a look at the installation and setup of Hazel. Okay, so here we are over on the Noodlesoft software website, and this is Hazel 4. As you can see down here, we have the option to download and buy Hazel. I'm going to go ahead and just click on the download to get that started, and then let's just go ahead and click on buy, just to give you an idea for price. And as you can see here, Hazel 4 is $32 for a single license. If you want to buy a family pack with up to 5 members of your family, it's $49. And then if you have a previous version of Hazel and you're upgrading, it's only $10. So that gives you an idea of the price. What we're going to do is just come up here now and double click on the disk image. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this down. And so we're going to go ahead and agree to the license. And it's going to open the volume there, and here we are with the install window. Now, one of the differences with Hazel is the fact that it is a system preference pane. It's not a regular application, so you're not going to drag this to your application folder. Instead, we're just going to double click here to install. And so it's going to ask if we want to open the image. We'll say go ahead and open. And so now what it does is it asks us how we want to install Hazel. And so you can install it for the user of this particular login only, or you can install it across your Mac for all the other users. So we're just going to install it for the users of this particular login, but if you had multiple logins on your Mac, you would check the other box so they all have access to Hazel. So we're just going to go ahead and click on install. And one of the nice things about Hazel is it does have a 14-day trial. So you can try it out before you buy it just to make sure it's something that you want to use. The other thing is it has sample rules that it can load for you. And so it's asking if we want to load them or not. I'm going to go ahead and load these rules so that you can see what they look like. But I'll show you how to set up rules throughout the screencast. So let's go ahead and hit yes. And so now it's just telling me that the rules are loaded. So it's going to say OK. So this is the Hazel interface, and one of the things you'll notice right away is that we've got 3 tabs up here. We've got folders, which is where we're at right now. We have trash, which talks about how you want to handle the trash, and then we have info. And this is information on the application, helps us start it running and all of that. I'm going to cover these in more depth later, but let's just go ahead and get started with the folders area, just so I can give you an idea of how Hazel is laid out.
That's just a quick preview of one of this week's Apple-related tutorials from Screencasts Online. Screencasts Online is your premium source of Apple-related video tutorials. All of our members get access to brand new, up-to-date tutorials each week, as well as unlimited access to our entire video archive full of Mac and iOS-related tutorials. You can stream and download all of our videos on your Mac, iPad and iPhone, and even your Apple TV using the members-only Screencasts Online Apple TV app. Membership also includes a complimentary subscription to the digital Screencasts Online monthly magazine, published each month and packed with videos, articles, reviews, as well as hints and tips covering all aspects of the Mac, iPad, iPhone, and all of the other fantastic Apple products. So, if you're ready to start getting the most out of your Apple devices, visit screencastsonline.com today and become a Screencasts Online member.